Greetings, darling. Eyenie here, aka Technicolor Priestess. Coming at you a little late tonight. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Can't stop myself. Can't help myself. Hi. Oh God. And did I do? Hold on. Can I? Oh, okay. Someone's watching. Good. I was scared it was one of those weird settings that I had last time. Okay. Yay. So today I want to tell you exactly what's missing from your marketing. I want to tell you why you're fucking bored to tears. Hi, beautiful Alexander. I want to tell you why you're fucking bored to tears when it comes to your marketing. Why it feels like a chore to market, to talk about what you do and your magic, to show up and create content. I'm going to tell you why. It's because you are... Actually, I'm going to tell you what's missing. That's what I'm going to tell you. Okay? The thing that is missing from your marketing, the thing that is missing that helps you stay like productive and creative and in flow and excited about what you're putting out and how you talk about your shit is your second element. That's what's actually missing. That's what's missing. Let me tell you why. Woo, I got so excited I knocked over my bottle. Okay, let me tell you why. Okay? So, I've said this many times, right? You have two elements that you lead with out of air, water, fire, earth, and space. Okay? One of them has become your safety zone, right? With how you dress. I usually talk about this with how you're dressing. So one of these has become your safety zone. It feels safe to, whatever, be the one that is less aggressive, or the one that jives more with the family you grew up in, or perhaps your career path, right? The people you studied with, the people, your colleagues, whatever, right? Fine. But here's the thing. When you are defaulting to one area of clothing, like one of your elements for clothing, chances are fucking like pretty good that you're also defaulting to that same element when you market, when you sell, when you talk about your current offer or your group program or whatever the hell you're putting out there, right? If you are defaulting to one of your elements in how you're marketing, then it's going to feel flat, it's going to feel boring, it's going to lack energy, it just won't be activated. It will not fucking be activated, okay? Can you hear me? Give me an emoji if you hear me. Okay, and I wanted to do this because I just did a session with an amazing, lovely lady who happens to be earth and air. So I'm gonna use this as an example, okay? So earth is very grounded, right? That's the other word I use for it. It is very tried and true. It is very black and white. You can rely on earth, right? It is classic, it is timeless. You know, like it's systems and structures and it's simplicity, right? It's salt of the earth. Okay, that is earth. So if you're dressing like earth, it can look like, you know, classic cuts, beautiful blazers, you know, timeless pieces of jewelry, and, you know, maybe it's just the diamond studs and your signature watch. Hi, palais, ooh, or palais, I don't know, I'm honey, lovely. So it's very stripped down, it's simple, right? It's straightforward and it's timeless. Okay, so if you are earth, that's what you're gonna be, right? If you are air, air is effervescent, it's bubbly, it's excited, it's spontaneous, it's lighthearted, it has, it's very likable, and it has, it can be whimsical too. So it's very, the other word is effervescent, right? So it's like the bubbles on when you open a drink or a bottle of champagne, right? All the little bubbles in the effervescence, right? So it's very dynamic and has a lot of movement. And what it values most is fun, spontaneity, okay? So in this beautiful woman's case, she is earth and air. And she, in her mind, could not justify buying some whimsical, fun air pieces. You know, like I was saying, perhaps some fun, like sparkly earrings and some cool brooches that are a little bit like, you know, whimsical and out there, a little fun, a little cheeky, right? Because air fucking loves quirky shit, right? And in her brain, she was like, you know what? I have enough stuff. Like, I'm already, you know, I mean, I already dress nicely with the clothes I have, so it kind of feels like a waste of money to go and buy all this air stuff, you know? I probably should spend that money on something else, right? Escándalo! No! I'm gonna tell you why the answer is no, okay? Oh my goodness, because everything you wear on your body, everything that activates you, it's kind of a business investment, okay? So I'm gonna break it down with the earth and air. So because this beautiful woman has been doing everything in the air energy, right? Her marketing, her structures, right? She's been filming everything and posting it and scheduling it and doing all the things that Earth knows you're supposed to do. Hi, sunshine, right? So scheduling and posting and showing up and being reliable, those are all beautiful Earth qualities, right? But that will not fucking cut it when it comes to your marketing. That will not fucking cut it when it comes to magnetically drawing in your people. Because you're not telling the whole story. You're being that one very stripped down, very sort of caricature, and not in a good way, right? Like a caricature of a stereotype. You have brought yourself to a stereotype. So your marketing becomes a stereotype. The way you dress becomes a stereotype. The way you speak becomes a stereotype because you're only following the energy and the vibe of that one element, okay? And when you do that, people can't really get your je ne sais quoi. They can't really grasp and hold on and like really bite into what you bring in. They're not buying what you're selling, literally and figuratively, right? So what I told her, right? Air, what it values most is fun. And she said that she was feeling sort of like deflated and not very energized about doing work, right? She felt like, fuck, I don't want to do anything, right? Why? Because air is missing. If nothing feels fun, if your work doesn't feel fun to you, if how you're talking about what you do and about your programs and about the results your people get, and if you're not talking to them in a fun, animated, like spontaneous way, which is so air, then you're gonna feel fucking bored. You're gonna feel turned off. You're gonna feel like this is a snooze fest and like it's a big ass chore to go and do all the earth things over and over again, right? Because part of the equation is missing. So I guarantee you that if your marketing is falling flat, if you are feeling bored, if you are feeling uninspired, it's because your element that you've been ignoring most, the one you think is frivolous or too much or whatever the fuck, right? Or too out there or too emo or too intense, that element is what's missing in your marketing. That element is what will take your marketing to the next fucking level and make it rain all up in your business, like for real, okay? So what I told her, right, and with as far as the clothing, right, because she said, but isn't it a waste of money? Like I can't get on board, like I should be investing in other things. Again, escándalo, no, and here's why. I kind of skipped that part one before. So every single thing that you wear, right, so in her instance, air is what really needs to come in. Air, the fun, the lightheartedness, the cheekiness, the quirkiness, that is part of her. She loves sparkles and bows and all these cool things that are so air, and she's not letting herself have them, right? So that includes in how she dresses. So if you suddenly start like paying attention to the element that has been ignored in your marketing, in how you dress, in your life, for example, air in this instance, right? As soon as you start paying attention and you're like, shit, I'm gonna get the super sparkly shit, right? I'm air too, so like this, literally. So when you buy something like this, right, because you're air and you're like, oh, and it feels like a fuck yeah, and you're like, oh my God, okay, I need to buy, I'm just gonna buy it, right? When you buy it, you're not actually buying just an object. And that's the mistake people make all the time with this, right? You think, I'm not gonna spend money on clothes, like I don't need clothes. I don't really need those crazy sparkly earrings, right, that make me feel happy. I don't need those shoes with googly eyes on them, right? Yeah, you do, and here's why. Because if it's a fuck yeah, literally the energy of that object is connecting with your energy. Your higher self, your iconic self knows that that object is not just a fucking object. Those shoes are not just shoes. Those earrings are not just earrings. That headband is not just a fucking headband. It is a magical fucking relic. It is a portal. Everything that you wear that's a fuck yeah is a mini portal that creates a frequency. It takes you closer to your iconic self. It activates frequencies within you when you say yes to these items and when you wear them. And when that happens, your marketing suddenly, right, if you suddenly start paying attention to your air and you start wearing cool ass air things that make you feel so happy and excited and giddy, and this woman was happy and excited and giddy just thinking about the air shit that she was gonna bring in and how fun and exciting it would be, what happens? You start infusing that, right? When you're wearing the earrings, when you're wearing the headband or the bow, you start infusing that shit into your marketing. It has literally brought this frequency forth, darling. And that frequency is then shared with the people who you're sharing with, who you're speaking to. And then suddenly the people who may have been on the fence and been like, oh, I don't know about working with that person, right? They're gonna be like, holy shit, I don't know what it is, but she brought us something so different today, and I know that's exactly what I need, right? The more you bring all of you also the more your people are going to be like, shit, that is the person for me. It's going to be a no-brainer, right? So of course your market, and just on the call, she had like all these ideas of cool videos she was going to do, how she actually wants to talk in her videos and bring in her clients, like what she would, the issues or whatever she would be addressing, the topics. It just flowed out of her. That's how it's meant to be. Thank you for whoever's giving me hearts. Right? So when both of your elements come in, when you finally start paying attention to the one, that part of you you've been resisting so fiercely, you've been dragging your heels, you've been a hamming and a hawing, saying, no, I cannot be this, like it's too, for air, right? It's too fluffy, it's too bubbly, it's too ditzy, it's too whatever all the negative connotations go with air, right? It's not serious. People are not going to take me seriously if I'm air. False. False, fucking false, false, false. Let me tell you, the more you can just embrace the fuck out of who you are and let it all hang out, I guarantee you, the more magnetic you become, the more irresistible you become, and the more you will have your beautiful, actual aligned people, your fuck yeah people, lining up ready to give you their money. Really? Right? So the one thing that is missing in your marketing is the element of the two that you've been resisting and ignoring most. So if you haven't taken my quiz, I invite you to take my quiz and find out what your two are. Go through it twice. Your first best answers and then your second best answer, and see which one feels like a surprise, or you'll be able to see pretty immediately with the description which one you've been neglecting and ignoring and resisting. That's exactly where you fucking need to go. That's exactly where you need to go if you want to take your marketing and your sales and your whole fucking business to the next level. Can I get an emoji? I'm all fired up today. Emoji, anyone? Okay, so if you want to like seriously take shit to the next level and start noticing a difference, go lean in to the element you're ignoring. Study it, journal about it, ask it questions, give it your freaking, I told this beautiful client, let air like totally hijack and take over. Yay, thank you, Aparna. Let air take over your business for a few days. Let air come in and decide how you talk on a video. Let air decide what you wear when you for your selfies for your business, right? Let air take the wheel. So if you notice which one you've been ignoring, let it take over for a while. I guarantee you will see a huge, massive difference in your marketing. And guess what? It'll become much more ignited, much more whatever, effervescent, whatever your element happens to be, right? It will bring it'll bring your marketing alive. It's the missing piece. I guarantee it, and I double dog dare you to try it. And I'll put the link to my quiz below. And also for those of you who don't know, I do have a podcast, darling, and there are going to be some new episodes uploaded today. So go and subscribe. It's in my little bio thingy. You can just click, and then take the quiz, and then join my fucking group. Have you joined my group? It's called Dress Your Way to Six Figures and Beyond, because I also dork out about that, all of this in there, and there are other people showing and sharing their outfits as they, connect with their element that they've been ignoring. But it's not just about the clothes. The clothes is just the fun, like, entry point, right? This actually is about how you do everything, how you move through your world, how you move through your business, how you are being, who you are being, right? So there you go. So I'm going to stop yapping now, and what if you go and take the quiz after this, I want to hear what your two elements are, which one you've been neglecting, and then I can give you some tips in here on how to go and like play with it and use it more in your marketing to start seeing a difference in how you show up in your engagement. Okay, sound good? Okay, off I go. Bye. And I'm gonna sashay shantae. Sashay, sashay, sashay. Okay, see, I'm just staying on for no reason now. Okay, have a super swell day.